You want me to pay half these bills, and you want me to have sex with you, and you want me to make sure I get up and do this stuff with these kids.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the 50/50 House Show. I'm your host, Janine, and I am here with my lovely husband once
The king
again.
of 50 How?
And I'm gonna let him tell y'all where we've been at. Because it has been some time. Let him tell you, honey, where have we been?
I'm getting some other things together. Here we are, back.
We were 50/50, I guess.
Back,
But
back,
make
back.
sure that y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, and just be on this journey with us over here as well. So the whole idea behind the channel of 50/50, I think we explained it a little bit before, right?
Yeah, we
The
did a
idea.
little.
Okay. Because the idea of 50/50, when people hear that word, they're like, oh my God, I don't want to have to go 50/50. I'm not splitting the bills in half and all of that. And I think the missing piece of it is people are so literal with this when it comes to like the role of a man, the role of a woman. Things have changed. So when we say we go 50/50, it does not mean literal where I'm saying you got to do it this 1 hour, I do the other hour. It's just about sharing the load, right? Would you say that it's 50/50 is about sharing the load?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just, making sure that we get everything done, that we got to get done, get everything covered.
Yeah. And I think the society and the feminist movement has tried to fight so hard for women to, I guess, essentially not be women, like women to remove women from feeling like their natural um role. Like, is it a natural? I don't know. I just think it's just something about us as women that we are just, when we say natural nurturers and just be able to play that role. Somehow they have wanted us to strip it. That's what I'm saying. I guess they want us to strip that. Like, you shouldn't. Why I got to take care of these kids? Why I got to be? It's like that's just naturally how most of us were created to be.
All
Um,
mammals are that way.
no, I know, but somehow that's what I'm saying. The feminist movement has stripped, like, it's like while you're pregnant you're already stripping that, like, I ain't about to be no, like, it's already being pushed in you to like fight against the natural
I think one of the things about the feminist movement is that women look for like this evenness, like
mhm.
they really want this perfect evenness somehow. I don't Life don't even really work like that. You know how hard it's gonna be to make everything even. Like
Yeah,
really try
yeah,
to live like on that line of 50/50 of like, well, I did this much, so you gotta do this much, or I did this, so you gotta do this, or I changed the diaper, so you gotta do the homework or whatever it may be. It's just like
yeah.
if you really trying to live like that, y'all both gonna go insane.
Yeah, no, it's going to be very, very difficult. And I think with us discussing this in particular today, there are so many aspects of your relationship that it's never going to be even. And that's okay. Like, this is, if it was meant to be even, or if it was meant to do it by yourself, or if you could do everything by yourself, why would you need a partner, right? Like, why would I need a man? Why would you need a woman? If you could do it all by yourself, or if you are fighting for this, we got to be even. It's like there's a place for us to fill in where we can't do the job, and you have your partner to fill in there. And I think since you mentioned the diaper and changing diapers, I think that is one of the hardest things that I think right now people are fighting when it comes to parenting and being in relationships and having children. There's that fight and pressure from women to almost, I guess, start off their motherhood journey on a rough start because they are fighting so hard to not have to be the
About the
mom.
diapers or whatever.
Yeah, like, like, you're fighting to, like, I'm not about to be up with this baby or not. I'm not about to be, like, you're already in your mind preparing yourself to be programmed to believe that, like, you have to force it, and I think that that's the hard part, the reality of why so many women and why so many couples struggle in the newborn phase to get through it, because it's a very, very, very rough phase when you have a newborn baby, but it's that fight to do tit for tat and to be even, and then you're spending so much time and energy trying to fight about who was up late and I was up last night and you had the diaper and you had the, it's like all of that. Why? I don't know.
I believe like you can ask for help if you need help, or if you need, a
I,
night, you're tired tonight, like or whatever. Like I think it can be communicated in a way that your man wouldn't have too much trouble doing it.
but I think it's not even about not asking for help. I think it's about you feel like I don't want to tell my friends or tell people that I love that I am up with the baby. I have to, like, it's almost you people have made women believe that it's almost degrading or is something wrong with your partner that you be up every night with their baby, like, they will put, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, you shouldn't be up all night, it's his baby too. Like, it is just turned into this, and then you go
Yeah,
home,
but
you
see,
making your relationship harder, you're making your and allowing the opinions of other people to come in, and now y'all fighting over who up with the baby.
I don't believe in that. I think that when you in a relationship with somebody, like that's y'all thing. Like I mean, that's y'all home, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that has been lost a lot as well in like this
Mm-hmm.
society now. The fact that whatever we gotta figure out, whatever we gotta talk about, whatever we decide works for us,
Mm-hmm.
what works for us. It don't really matter like what they think on the outside. Like, and a lot of times the outside is what leads to all the friction because you trying to live up to somebody else's standard. When we already
Yeah.
realized, I mean, we already came to the agreement that this works for us. Like,
Yeah.
oh, as you get off at this time, so that make more sense for you to do this, or you can do this better. So let's that makes more sense for you to do this, or you got more time at this time of day, whatever it is. Once we figure that all out within our household, that's our rules. Nothing come before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot
Yeah.
of times, other people come in, say certain things that they may think, and that may be cool in their world. Let them, but that ain't
Mm-hmm.
got to do with our rules and our situation, our foundation. It's
Yeah.
so easy. People let people crack their foundation so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, because I remember, I think, with us sharing two children together, and um, some people like it, some people don't. I really enjoyed the newborn stage. I also nursed our children, so I think that there's a different dynamic too of like I'm fighting for what. But I remember, especially with when we had our first child, of some people, opinions about being up with the baby and why you're so tired, why don't you do this, or why your partner not doing that. And I think it just becomes a thing where, like, it's so easy to just be like, I don't know, should I be not up, like, especially if you're a new mom, you don't know what to do, and and I think also you got to be mindful of who you're talking to, right? If it's somebody who's single, who ain't got no man, or it didn't work out for them, or whatever the case may be, it can be, not that you don't want to play, you can't take their advice because they're single, but I think it also can play a factor in how much they know how to navigate, dealing with having a child in the same home. It looks totally different, and I think that that's something that you have to be very careful about. And I think now social media just amplifies women not wanting to go 50-50 with their partners, and try to lean so hard on back in the day when they don't. This is just not back in the day.
Yeah, I think in today's world, a lot of times it gets mixed up when these conversations go on and you start talking about what's traditional versus what's not and things like that. I think it has to be all the way though. Like, and I was
Mm-hmm.
talking to some of my friends about this. Whereas though, like most of the girls you're going to meet today, like especially if you're adult, they're already
Mm-hmm.
working. They already have jobs. Some of them have careers.
Mm-hmm.
They are already moving along the path, so it's already not traditional from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So therefore, y'all got to figure out what works for y'all. Y'all got to figure out, bang, how can we come to some agreement that we can figure out works for us? And the
Mm-hmm.
problem is that they both. One of the problems I say when they both come into these things, both is somewhat trying to look for something traditional where they have the advantages at. I think that's what
Yeah.
we see a lot in this this gender battle that's going on right now all over.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
both is trying to look for traditional where they have the advantages, but
Yeah.
realistically, it's nothing traditional about it. It's just not. It's not old times. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People living is definitely more expensive, but people also have like more expensive tastes.
Yeah.
People want
Yeah.
more than they had at a time. You know what I mean? So it's just way different now. And I think that like I said, in terms of 50-50, both people going to work. Again, it's not about y'all splitting the bills or whatever. However
Mm-hmm.
it works for y'all, whatever y'all decide, whatever agreement that y'all have, y'all make that work for however y'all got to pay whatever y'all got to pay, and then
Yeah.
whatever else goes on around the house. Excuse me, whoever you might be better with the homework because you might be a little smarter or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Y'all figure that out and y'all do it. And that's what 50-50 is. Y'all
Yeah.
make sure y'all got the best for whatever y'all need as a family. Like I said, y'all unit, the rules y'all create, the foundation y'all create is not about what the world think, tradition think. As long as it's good under your Lord, that's what you need to worry about.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to share this video for y'all because I think that we know that, again, women don't want to. It's like there's just a lot of laziness. Let's just make it. Women don't today don't want to do anything that's going to be something that's going to make them have to do more work than they feel like they should. It's going to be a fight, unfortunately, and I'm going to share that for y'all
Men
today.
changed because although Big Daddy and them was, they wasn't faithful, they took care of home. They provided. They were providers. Nowadays, is men are really not. They want the woman to be big mama and big daddy. You want me to cook, clean, and you want me to pay half these bills, and you want me to have sex with you, and you want me to make sure I get up and do this stuff with these kids. And then you telling me that you want to go 50-50 with me. But that's not 50-50 for that woman. You get off work, you eat, and you go play the game or you watch the game, chop it up with your boys, and I'm still here with these kids. Not saying that's my situation, but just saying like that's what it's looking like. So a lot of women like, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Understandable.
Yeah. If Big Daddy didn't do that back in the day, you want me to be like your granny was, but you got to realize that your granddaddy was a provider. And then as soon as they hear a woman say a provider, oh, she a gold digger. Oh, she just wants something. That's triggering for you. If you automatically go there because you are supposed to be the provider.
Alrighty. So, what are your thoughts, my lovey?
She kind of touched on some of the stuff I just was saying. I mean, I do agree that you're supposed to be the provider, but again, like I just said, it's traditional thinking and the things that you have advantages in because you're complaining about everything else that you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I said this before. I believe that it's some guys who can probably pay all the bills and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but the extra stuff in life that's it's not going to be feasible on one salary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not in today's world, not for most men. How much money, like that's one thing Kev Samuels, and I know everybody hates Kev Samuels, but that's one thing he will always ask him, well, how much you think it's going to take to do that? Because
Right.
it take a lot of money to do some of this stuff, and everybody got these wild dreams and they don't think they're supposed to have to do nothing or they ain't supposed to have to pay nothing and all that. But how are we going to live this life? How
Yeah.
we going to be able to get the most out of everything? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, as they say, you got the 1% to 2% men. That ain't everybody can't fit that. It's not the numbers. It's just impossible. So the rest of us just supposed to say fuck it and excuse my language, but I know some of the females that's how they feel. Like, well, I'm gonna just be single then if I can't get a 2%. Man, that's silly,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's silly. We got a whole bunch of people left out here at 98%. So
Mm-hmm.
get
Mm-hmm.
the whole 98%. That's leaving the community in shambles as we have it right now. I
Yeah.
think we need to figure out a better way to tighten that up. We need to be able to come to some type of I don't know. I don't want to say agreement, but just we need to be able to work with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And right now, with Shorty saying like it's like, oh man, and I gotta do this and I gotta do that and I gotta. It's like I said, you trying to make it some type of competition where it gotta
Yeah.
be so even. It's like, come on, man. Like if you need help, if you feel like you worked real hard today, you're tired today. If you don't feel like cooking, if you need me to cook today, it should be a way to communicate that without it being like, well, I had to do this and I had to do this. Like it shouldn't be so. Why is it so much of a struggle? Why you can't just
Mm-hmm.
communicate to your
Mm-hmm.
man? This is what I need. And if you do it all the time, why would he make that an issue? I think most men would be able to compromise that with you. Whether they went to work, didn't went to work, they're not going to say, "Well, I went to work too." Like that's
Yeah.
not. I don't think you gonna get that if you communicate it in the right way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think it's interesting because, the way that they break down every little thing to kind of have like to show that I'm doing way more than you because I have to gotta have sex with you. I gotta get the kids. I gotta put their clothes on. I gotta cook the food. I gotta go to like it's like so many little things just to like try to be this fight of showing who does more. And I also think too it's so interesting because her first thing said Big Daddy, they wasn't faithful, but they was providers, right? I think even just
But
trying to
the providing was different because the scale was different. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
I think that that's the unrealistic side
And
of
Big
like
Mama didn't want all
what
the stuff
she
that you
didn't want
want,
a Chanel
baby.
right, she didn't want a
Didn't
Chanel
want
bag.
all that.
She didn't want to go on vacation. She didn't want to have every latest thing. And I think that that's the part that
She
when
wanted
women
to do that
talk,
for the kids and all that.
yeah, they're talking about a time that they couldn't live in. The these women will not be able to survive in that time where you didn't. There's nothing that you, if even if you wanted it, you weren't
Like
getting
maybe
it.
their minds wouldn't be as conditioned though, so they probably would be, if they came with the mindset that they had now, yeah, it'd be insane trying to
Yeah.
live in that. And I also think that they like I always believe like if you don't want to have to pay no bills or do none of that, I don't think you should go to work. What you going to work for? You should be a full time. All that stuff you complaining about, it should be easy because you ain't got nothing else to do. You ain't got to go to work. Everything should be. You should be able to keep the house clean as a whistle.
Okay.
Everything. You dig
Yeah.
me? That's why I say it got to be all the way. If it's going to be traditional, it got to be traditional. So
Mm-hmm.
if you going to do that, and then I'm going to go to work, and I'm going to come and I'm going to pay those bills, and
Mm-hmm.
but again, it ain't but so many men making but so much money. Like
Yeah.
even you say 75, 80,000, it ain't but so many men making that much money. So I don't know where all these people that you're going to find that's going to pay all the bills and you're going to live this luxury life.
Yeah.
They just not here.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know
mean, I
who they
think,
are.
I think it's really about wanting. I don't know. I don't know if they really want men to be. So I guess this is my question. I guess do we flip it? Do you say, okay, you don't want to be the one to take care of the kids, so you want to go to work? He go to work and he does all the things, and you don't. Like I don't know exactly what they're looking for. Like I guess they're looking for,
But
like you said, is it to not work?
they want it to be, if I go to work and you go to work, I guess they want it to be even. Like if I got to pay some of the bills, you got to do the chores too, or whatever. Like we got to split the chores or split the kid activities or whatever. Like again, that's what I said when it comes to you literally looking at it on some 500 type time,
Yeah,
and
I remember.
that makes it contentious though.
Yeah, I remember one of my posts I had posted
Like
a
you on the
while
schedule.
ago about the mom was saying she go to the doctors with the kids and the dad had to I know I think the dad took something that the dad took the kids and he had to call her about whatever it was. Like he didn't know, and they was all making a big deal about how come he don't know what's going on and why he don't go to the doctor's appointment with the kids and why they don't go together. And she was defending herself. Like my husband go to work. Like this is a time where I couldn't get off work and he had to go, and he don't know what's going on because he don't. And it wasn't like he don't know if they're sick or not. It's just I don't know the details, those small things about how much they weigh or what was the last thing or the phone call, whatever. And so many women were like, "Oh, that's a married single mother."
Well,
He,
sometimes
he
you
should,
can. Sometimes you can. I mean,
right? It's like he don't. I have a job where I can take off more than he can. I have hours. I work from home. It's more flexible. Whatever it is,
how
it's
many
still the
of us,
idea.
realistically though, how many of us is really able to go to every doctor's appointment as both parents? Like that's
Yeah.
not normal.
Well, their argument was he need to take them, but it's like if he can't take them because he got a job that he can't take off, and doctor's appointments are during regular hours, what is they going to do? Not go to the
Well,
doctors?
again, this is, I mean, also that's a good example of what I just was saying. On social media, you're gonna always get a lot of arguments, a lot of backlash or whatever, because
Yeah.
people got opinions, right? But that's when it comes down to y'all foundation and whatever y'all agree to. It don't matter what they say. You know why you there. You know
Yeah.
why he there. Or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Whether it's he make more money or he can't just take the day off, whatever it is, y'all know. So it don't even matter. They just opinions. It ain't nothing but
Hmm. 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 And that's the thing is about women are always trying to
conversation.
convince you. They're trying to convince you that, oh yeah, you a married single mother, or you're this or you're that. And it's like, and then that's if you're not strong enough and confident enough in your own marriage or relationship, you will they will taint your mind. They will find any way that they can to get you on their side of you should be come home and cook. Remember a while ago the woman who was a doctor, she came home and cooked dinner for her husband, who was also a doctor. And they was like, how you get to come home? Y'all was both working a shift and blah, blah, blah. And she came home and cooked every night for her husband when they got off work and she cooked. And it was like, you mad that she likes to cook for her husband. Why does that bother you that she
Yeah.
wants to come home and cook for him? Because yes, they're both doctors, but he's in the OR. He's doing way more than I'm doing than you can even imagine. And and
I
that's and
think though, my thing is even if he's doing less, what if he's doing less than she's doing? They're both doctors, right?
mhm,
She's a bigger, better doctor, whatever the case may be. If she get enjoyment out of cooking for her man, let her. Who cares?
mhm,
Why would you rage at that?
yeah,
Why would you rage at that? Like
yeah.
you
They
should
just cause they rage at it because they don't
got
like
it. What
they
you
don't,
the two
they don't
percent man, doctor, whatever. She could cook for him, let him cook. What the fuck?
they don't like it. They don't like for a woman to do things more. They want it to be even. Do you know they say the same thing about how a man should love you, or what do they say? A man should like you more than you like him. They
But
want to see men do more
there are
than
things in a relationship that is only one sided, and I don't even think cooking is one of them because a lot of more men cook nowadays. But
mhm,
there's some things that he always gonna have to do when it comes down to stuff with the car. You ain't gonna be the one under the hood. He ain't gonna have you looking under there. So
yeah.
sometimes some things is just for you to do. It's not that serious. Y'all just both have a job or
Yeah.
don't work. That's the best way to alleviate it to me.
The woman don't work, you saying.
Yeah, if you're gonna complain about everything, hey man, I went to work too, so I shouldn't have to do nothing. Like,
Mm, mm,
don't go to work then.
yeah.
Because those things still need to be done whether you go to work or not.
Yeah. I mean, you also have the women who are stay-at-home moms who complain now. It's like that everybody that no one these women are not satisfied. Everyone's finding something to
Complain
complain
about
about.
being a stay-at-home mom, saying
Yeah.
that what you just bored.
They got to still do all the stuff, stay at home, cooking, cleaning. It's like, well, what did you expect? You can't want it and then you complain about having it because then you got to stay home and you thought it was just going to be whatever, no big deal, but it is. It's a job.
Complain about being home. So
With
what, like you need a maid type shit?
that they have to stay home. They're staying home and taking care of their kids. That they're tired.
That's what I'm saying. So you need a maid. Like you don't have a job.
Yeah. They,
You
they want to stay, want to have businesses. They want to go out and work, but not really work, and
work. Why?
because they don't want to be home.
I mean, again, if you want it all, like you just
That's the point I'm making. They do. They try to have it all. They try. That's where we are. They
slim
want to have
down
it
your
all.
chances though. You
Give them
slim
what they
down
want, and then they complain.
your pool. You making it almost impossible for you to win.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
You putting yourself in a losing position.
Yeah.
If that's what you go on, you waiting for all that to budge. The
Mm-hmm.
years keep
Mm-hmm.
going by. It's like
Yeah.
you might get in close and try to create that or something. It's like I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't make it impossible on yourself. Like
Mm-hmm.
crazy
Mm-hmm.
expectations.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just important that everybody realizes that you got to do what works for your relationship. That's the bottom line, and whatever 50-50 looks like for your relationship, then make it work. Right. And I think that that is something that you have to not allow the opinions and mindsets of other people, especially from social media, what you're listening to consume you and to allow to cause you to go back to your relationship and start to create problems and create issues. If it works for you guys, keep doing it. Don't let anyone make you feel like, oh, it's something wrong with you wanting to do all the things for the kids or loving doing this or loving doing that or loving to cook every night. Whatever you enjoy doing and whatever your job is and your
Or the
role.
things that you know you like, or the things that you enjoy. Some people will try to make you feel like it's insignificant.
Mm-hmm.
You know you like it, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it'll work.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the most important thing is this is important to be upfront and honest while getting to know somebody and dating them and kind of putting out there what your views on gender roles and relationships, because I think if you express that up front, then the person could decide to either deal with you or not, or vice versa. If a man is saying I want a woman who cooks and
Yeah.
cleans, does this, if you know you're not that woman, don't try to convince him or try to convince yourself that you can do it. If you feel like I just can't, that's not who I am, that's not what I want, as she said, women ain't going for it. Okay, well then don't. Again, if you ain't trying to go for that, then you got to find a man who's gonna want to be on your program,
Yeah,
and
you
vice
gotta
versa.
be real about it. And the thing about it, like I said, it's so hard. Why do you want to work so hard then if you don't want to spend the money on your family?
Mm,
Why why not just stay home and build it off of or whatever his resources is?
mm, yeah, yeah. Well, honey, any final words for the people when it comes to 50-50 and how 50-50 has worked for us? Because it works. 50-50 works for us, y'all.
I think you stay true to your relationship. Stay true to the things that y'all you know agree upon between each other. Especially when it works for y'all, just stay with it and don't let no one on the outside, family members, whoever, convince
Mm-hmm.
y'all that it's not good enough or it should be this and should be that. Most of the time, the people that's saying that they can't figure it out themselves. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, um, keep it moving, man. Keep it
Yeah,
moving. Stay down and keep pulling each other along, man.
yeah, yeah. Just gotta be willing to fight the fight, and keep persevering and remember your why you're together, why it works. There can always be changes to what you're doing. It can always be, we can always change up the rules and what at this time in our life happens, and you may have to start to fill in this area and vice versa because of whatever. It's just got to be, you got to be willing to play. Is it play every position? Right? Is that the right word?
Yeah, at times, at
At
times,
times, right? You got to play every
I have to
position.
switch
You
from
may have to like like you may have to do it all, right? And then that doesn't mean that at one time, but there might be a season where you are doing more of the cooking or you're doing more of the cleaning or whatever it might be. And it doesn't last forever, but if it is what works for you forever with your partner, that's also fine. So I just want women to not let these women taint you and stop you from being able to be with a good man because you're so caught up in like, should I cook or should I not? Like if you and that's a whole nother conversation about women not being able to cook, and that's just a whole thing that is just, it's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy.
I think people shouldn't be so caught up in the right now too, because you never know what the future holds. Just because somebody may not be, wherever you think they should be, or up to
Mhm.
your big expectations, you don't know where life gonna take y'all. So sometimes, you might not need to judge that so much, and try to find a good character, somebody
Mhm.
that you can, see yourself staying with for a long time. You know what I mean? And let life play that out.
Yeah. Well, you heard, honey. I like play it out. They also, I guess, it depends on the women. Will say that depends on age. They ain't trying to let no 40-year-old let life play it
Well,
out.
dude, I mean, if you older, you gotta do what you
Yeah.
gotta do. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Why young love is the best love. To start with, shall we say? So, all right, y'all. But let us know in the comments, how does 50-50 work in your home and your relationship and your dynamic. If you are, again, when we say 50-50, we are not saying the bill is $15. Give me your exact half. We're not saying that. But if that is what you need to do in your relationship for that time being, that is also okay, right? I'm going to just say this. If you are in a relationship where y'all both have to go 50-50 on the bills evenly, that's what y'all can bring to the table, that is okay. Do not let anybody make you feel like there's
Y'all,
something wrong because that's the season of
y'all
your
can
relationship.
elevate. Yeah, I'm about to say y'all
That
can
is
elevate.
how y'all pay your bills. That is okay. That is
We
a-okay.
all go through the broke seasons, y'all.
It is okay. So do not let anybody. So again, if you do live that life for now, it's fine. Okay. So let us know in the comments though your journey, your perspective on 50-50 in a relationship, or in your future relationship, what it might look like. Like the video, of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and we will see y'all soon. Bye. Lovey, come on, seriously.
House.
All right, bye.